Want to grow your business and take it to the next level? Well, here we all are, and we're going to show you how through hard work, perseverance, and a little help and know-how, you can take things to the next level and push the success of your business even further. Let's get going.
Hi everyone, Paul Wright here, and welcome to the next episode of the Practiceology 7 Questions in 7 Minute podcast. And I've got the great Alison McLean joining us today. Alison, thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you.
And we've had some tech issues. She's moved to someone else's bedroom. She's got her phone going there, so it's an off-the-cuff presentation. I'll give you the introduction of Alison before we start. Alison is the founder of Ignite Your Wellness, and she specializes in helping entrepreneurs grow their business while caring for their health and enjoying life in the process, because way too many of us get overwhelmed. She's from beautiful San Diego, California. The diagnosis of Lynch syndrome and rectal cancer awakened her to the problems of her hustle and grind lifestyle. She realized quickly, for the sake of her health, her ability to serve her patients and show up to be a mum and wife, changes were needed, which is what was the stimulus for Alison. She now helps entrepreneurs manage their time, reduce their stress, and boost their energy with tactics and mindset to great success in their businesses and their health. And we did a great interview with Alison a couple of years ago for my Profit Club program. So no stranger, I've hit her up for the 7 Questions in 7 Minute podcast. So Alison, are you right to go?
I'm ready.
Look at you, you're fired up there. All right, ready to go? Let's get started.
Good. Yeah.
Alison McLean, who is your ideal client?
It's the entrepreneur that's stressed out, overwhelmed, and in the rat race, but knows that there's a better day, that knows that there's a better way, and that they want to see their kids. They want to enjoy life while they grow their business. I
love the angle. That's the whole idea of Practiceology, which is why you're on it. So question 2, with about 6.5 minutes left. So what's the problem you solve? Is it just overwhelm or time? What's the big problem?
It depends on the person. So we just have to get to the root source. A lot of it is the nervous system. Truthfully, it's how our primal brain is designed to keep us alive. And because of that, we get into fear-based or scarcity mindset, and then we hustle and grind because of that. And that leads to a lot of overwhelm and exhaustion.
So question 3, so what are the typical symptoms our audience experience when they're in stress, fear, overwhelm, exhaustion? What do they experience?
Overdoing, trying to do everything, trying to spin 6 plates in the air, and that, having them all crash down because one particular thing was forgotten or overlooked, trying to be everywhere, control everything, just trying to do all the things. And perfectionism.
Oh, that's a classic. So question 4, then, common mistakes people make when trying to solve that problem. Can you delve into perfectionism? Because it's a classic for health business owners. What's the deal with perfectionism for these guys?
Yeah, it's a vulnerable thing. And really it's the ability to hold the space for yourself, for your humanness, to show up on social media and do a post and be vulnerable. Like, I'm not talking about sharing all your private matters, but sharing a life experience or story for people to connect with you with typos and having it be okay.
And so another mistake, we try and do it all ourselves. Is that why don't we delegate it better?
I think we have the thought that no one can, it's our baby, it's our business, and no one will care for it as much as we will. And so because of that, no one will be as invested, or the work won't be as good. But what I've learned through really sucking at making graphics and flyers and stuff, and taking hours to produce like a crappy banner like that you have behind you that looks beautiful.
Mine's fantastic. Mine's fantastic.
Yes. I could never do that. I have to hire out. And as soon as I hired a VA and she made me these beautiful graphics and designs at a much shorter time that I could ever do, I realized there's just some things that I'm not good at, and that's okay. And that's what I should hire out for.
So question 5, with about 3.5 minutes left. So what's a valuable free action, Alison, that our audience can do to help them get out of this stress and overwhelm?
Yeah, I would just audit your day. Literally take the time, which is the hardest part, but set aside 20 minutes, a half hour, and write down what are the repetitive tasks that you're doing day to day in your business and your personal life, and what really needs to be done, what lights you up, what do you have to do that maybe someone else could do better, and begin to carve out the time to free up your time, really. But it takes time to get there. So you really do have to carve out the time to just do a simple but effective audit of your day.
Because we just add things to our list, don't we? We just keep adding things onto it before, should I really be doing that or not?
Yeah, we don't evaluate. We don't set up we don't prioritize or value evaluating and reflection. And it's the biggest thing that you can do to make the biggest impact.
So question 7, with our 2.5 minutes left. So what's a valuable free resource, Alison? Where can people go, and what have you got that can help them on their journey? What resource can you help them with?
Sure. They can go to Ignite Your Wellness with a UR. So it's igniteyourwellness.com. And there's a short free training there they can download right from the homepage on how to organize your schedule to make it home from dinner or to work out. So if you really need some help with this, then I've got you a simple process that you can follow, and it doesn't take a lot of time.
And what's the URL again, Alison? Where do they go to get it?
Igniteyourwellness.com with a UR.
UR Wellness. And question 7, with a 1.5 minutes left. So what's one question, Alison, I should have asked you that I didn't, that would give great value to our audience today?
What's the biggest thing I added to my schedule that made the biggest impact?
What is that, Alison? What is the big thing you added that made the biggest impact?
Doing nothing. Actually carving out time in my schedule to do nothing. Yeah, a half hour, an hour, some days just 10 minutes, but to actually just think and reflect and evaluate. Or sometimes I just lie on yoga bolsters and just breathe and just be whatever I might need in the moment. But truthfully, that's added the biggest change in my business. It slowed everything down. And I'm better at problem solving.
Do you think while you're there, like, when you say nothing, do you just sit and your mind goes where it wants to go, or what do you think about? I'm interested. It depends on the day. Sometimes, I just do a free flow. And sometimes I have a specific meditation or a series of restorative yoga postures. I've gotten pretty good at knowing my baseline and knowing when my baseline, through evaluation and reflecting, and knowing when it might shift, like have an uptick into kind of a stress response, and what I might need. Or sometimes I do breath work. Sometimes I journal, like just get it out of my head onto paper, and I can actually look at like some of my deep fears and be like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. That's so silly. Why am I scared of that? And I can have a good chuckle. I just created that. So the name of this episode just became How to Grow Your Health Business by Doing Nothing.
Yes, I have a podcast episode labeled the same thing.
That's exactly what. Alison McLean, you are a champion. What's the URL again? Where do they go to get the resource?
It's Ignite Your Wellness with a UR.
Beautiful. And guys, well, thanks for joining us, Alison. You're always a champion to have on these programs. Thanks for being part of it.
Okay, thank you.
Now, if you haven't registered and attended our monthly Practiceology demonstration, make sure you check it out, mypracticeology.com. See you in the next episode.